Welcome back to Talk Smack with Mac. On this segment, we're going to be talking NBA free agency, people. We're talking about NBA free agency winners and losers.
Are you ready? Let's talk smack.
I'm going to do my top 5 losers of free agency, and let's get right to it. Coming in at number 5 is a tie between the Suns and the Celtics. The Phoenix Suns, they exceeded everybody's expectations last year, and Chris Paul and Devin Booker brought that team all the way to the finals. Now, that team, in my opinion, made it only because of injuries. Healthy Lakers team, they would have got waxed. Healthy Nuggets team, they would have got waxed. Healthy Clippers team, they would have been out of here. But the Suns were fortunate or took advantage of unfortunate circumstances with injuries throughout the playoffs, and they were able to make it to the championship. Kudos to them. They went up 2-0 in the finals, and they choked. They lost to a Bucks team with Giannis absolutely destroying them on the interior. Now, this Suns team, they didn't do anything in free agency. All they did was re-sign Chris Paul, which was great. But they signed this guy to a 4-year, $120 million contract. He's old. He's still balling, so we don't know how long he's going to be effective for. But when you have other teams making big moves like the Lakers and, the other teams in the West are coming back healthy, the Nuggets, the Suns did not do anything to get better, and their window of opportunity to compete for a title was open and closed last season. That was their chance. They failed. They're done. Now we move on to the Celtics, who tied at number 5. The Celtics made a trade. They acquired Kemba a couple years back. He didn't do what they wanted him to do. He's dealing with injuries. He had a fat contract. They were able to shed that contract by trading him to the Thunder for Al Horford and some other guys. Al Horford, he's completely irrelevant now. He's not really doing much. But Kemba went over to the Thunder, negotiated a buyout, and he left the team. He signed with the Knicks. And on top of that, the Celtics traded for Evan Fournier last year just for him to leave to the Knicks as well. The Celtics had all these draft picks stockpiled over the years. We were praising their front office for doing such a great job, and all they did was turn that into nothing. Celtics, y'all got to get your stuff together because you are failing. Number 4 are the Dallas Mavericks. They go out, they re-sign Luka. That's a win. He's going to be one of the best players, if not the best player in the league very soon. This kid is just absolutely fantastic. So kudos to them for going and signing their guy. But what else have the Mavs done? They gave Tim Hardaway Jr. a bunch of money, which he's well-deserved. He's one hell of a baller, and he was a steal being added into that Porzingis trade from the Knicks. But the Mavs haven't signed anybody in years. 10 years since they have signed like a big level free agent or done something to shake some things up. I took my hats off and I was praising that front office and Mark Cuban when they made that Porzingis trade and got Tim Hardaway Jr. But obviously, those aren't the guys that are capable of taking this team to the next level. When they go to the playoffs, it seems like Luka is a one-man show, and when he can't get it done, he's putting up 40-point triple-doubles, and it's just not enough. The Mavs need another guy, and they have not done that. Go out and get another guy, which you have not, so you are a loser in my book, Dallas Mavericks. Coming in at number 3, big man in the paint, Joel Embiid with the Philadelphia 76ers. This team is in a flux right now. I've been all for this 76ers team, but as we all know this offseason, Ben Simmons has absolutely ignored everybody at the front office in Philly. He wants out. There's so much rumblings going in. This team is not cohesive. They're not working together. They didn't make any player moves in the offseason. What are they going to do? Ben Simmons, you here, you going. As of right now, during the recording of this video, you are a Sixer. We all expect that to change soon. But Philly, man, you guys are asking for, arms and legs and best players and draft picks and all of this stuff. And Ben Simmons, your trade value is at an all-time low. You underperformed in the playoffs. You showed that you didn't have that psychological advantage over your competition. You folded. You letting your team down. You need to go out there and bust your ass and show everybody why you're a top talent in this league, but it's not going to be for the Sixers, and right now the Sixers have no idea what the hell they are doing. Coming in at number 2 on my NBA free agency losers is Dame Dollar, people. Dame, he just went out. He won a gold medal. He's doing his thing. But what the hell have the Trailblazers organization done to help this guy? Obviously, the team that they got is not it. They lose Melo, who has been a solid presence for them. Is he going to make a difference between winning and losing? Probably not. But obviously, we have seen this Trailblazers team peak. They made it to the Western Conference Finals once or twice. They did pretty good. But Damian Lillard put on one of the most amazing playoff performances I've ever seen in my life of watching basketball. And it wasn't even enough. This team is not going anywhere. They're not beating any of the top talent teams in the Western Conference in the playoffs. So they need to tear it down and rebuild. Their only chance is to either get Dame out of there and start fresh, or trade the rest of the team and try to give this guy somebody that is capable of being that number 2 guy and going out and making a difference and helping this team win. Until they do that, Blazers, you guys are losers, man, and you're losing the confidence in your man, Dame Dollar. Give this guy some more respect. Give this guy some more help. The number 1 loser in NBA free agency this offseason is Dennis Schroeder. All the rumblings with the Lakers organization over the last 6 months or so, the Lakers offered this guy 4 years for $84 million, $21 million per average per year, and he turned it down. He gambled on himself. He said, man, I'm getting $100 million plus contract. I deserve this, and I'm about to go get it. Well, let me tell you what, Schroeder, your agent failed you. Not only did you lose that $84 million guaranteed in the bag money, which was more than you've made in your entire career, you turn that down, you don't get the 100 plus mil, and you sign a 1-year prove-it deal for less than $6 million. That is gut-wrenching. And you know what? I'm not one of them guys that's going to hate on people and say you get what you deserve or anything like that. But you know what, man? You had a chance to not only get paid $84 million to play third or fourth fiddle next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You compete for a title every year and you turn that down? Are you serious? Now you're on a Celtics team. They're asking you to come off the bench. You thought you were a bona fide starter. So you're coming off the bench. You're getting paid a fraction, a tenth of what you thought. Not even a tenth. Oh my God, Dennis Schroeder, I feel for you, man, but you are the biggest loser of NBA free agency. We're going to shift over. We need some positivity on this video. We're going to talk about some NBA free agency winners. Coming in at number 5, my man Udonis Haslem signed another 1-year deal with the Miami Heat to play his 19th season for the team. This guy doesn't even play. He just shows up and brings some positivity, brings that veteran presence to this team that kind of like what Jared Dudley does for the Lakers. He gets the bench warm, he rubs shoulders, he brings water and Gatorade to the stars, and he just keeps the positivity and focus up. Udonis Haslem, you're one of the best vets in the league. You're absolutely amazing for this Miami Heat culture and this Miami Heat organization, and Pat Riley obviously appreciates what you bring to the table to bring you back. Get your bag, stay in the league, do your thing, and I hope this Miami Heat team, who look fucking great, I hope they could do something this next season. Coming in at number 4 is my man Steph Curry. He's on his Warriors team. Klay's coming back. He's not going anywhere. Bay Area to the day this man dies. He signs a 4-year, $215 million contract. His second $200+ million contract. The only player to ever do that in the history of basketball, and it is well-deserved. Steph Curry, you are a game changer, game wrecker, and you could obviously change the results of a win and a loss by yourself. Now you have a healthy team, hopefully, knock on wood. Hopefully coming into next season, you have a healthy team, and this Golden State Warriors team could compete. I feel like the league is better when the Splash Bros are doing their thing and that Warriors team is competing. If you're a basketball fan, you can't hate the Warriors. They're so fun. They're so likable. And you got the bag, bro. Congratulations. Do your thing. You deserve it. And I cannot wait to see your encore next season. Coming in at number 3, a team that I just mentioned before, the Miami Heat. They signed Kyle Lowry, 3 years, $90 million. Kyle Lowry is like a mini CP3 out there competing. He's very good. He's going to bring some stability to that Miami Heat team. They got that great veteran point guard that could rebound, defend, set his team up for success, get everybody in the right position, make the three, make the crunch time shots. Kyle Lowry is that guy. He's getting up there in age, but we have not seen his play drop off that much. So if he could stay that same Kyle Lowry that he has been for that Toronto Raptors team in the last few years, this Miami Heat team looks great. They bring in Kyle Lowry to run that point, but then they got Jimmy Butler at the 2. They got Bam as the big guy. They re-signed Duncan Robinson to a nice little fat contract. That dude is an absolute sniper. They got Tyler Hero coming off the bench. This team looks pretty damn good. And on top of that, they signed PJ Tucker, a guy that just won a championship, that gritty guy that doesn't really care about points. He's going out there and he's going to be in perfect position. He's playing great defense. He's getting in people's faces and flustering the other team. This Miami Heat team looked better than the team that just went to the championship a couple years back. I'm rooting for them. I cannot wait to see what they can do in that Eastern Conference. Coming in at number 2 is the Chicago Bulls, and rightfully so. This team deserves all the praise that they got. They went out, they signed Lonzo Ball to a 4-year, $80 million contract, a little bit less than that for $85 that we initially thought. So that's even more of a win for them. And then they sign and trade DeMar DeRozan. Say what you will about this guy, but he's a bona fide basketball player. He's a great player. He was averaging like 22, 7 and 7 for that Spurs team. He went over there and Greg Popovich taught him how to be a complete player who could really affect the game in many different ways. You add Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan to an already Zach LaVine-led team. Zach LaVine, he's looking for a massive contract extension, which he deserves. That dude is an absolute baller. And then they got Nikola Vucevic at center. That dude is so underrated, one of the best centers in the league. And then they get out and they sign Alex Caruso, ex-Laker, to bring some stability to that bench. A guy that's going to, make the three, be in the right place at the right time always, and he plays absolutely incredible defense. This Chicago Bulls team is on the up and up. They're trending in the right direction, and they're looking to make some noise in that Eastern Conference. This team is going to be great. They're must-watch. Imagine Lonzo Ball on a fast break with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, and he's throwing lobs. It's going to be absolutely fun. And the number one winners of free agency this offseason is the Los Angeles Lakers. They make a trade for Russell Westbrook. Say what you will about how he's going to fit next to Bron and AD, but all I know is that Russell Westbrook, the modern-day Oscar Robertson, this dude is absolutely phenomenal. He's still uber athletic. He competes harder than probably anybody else in the league. He goes 100 miles an hour at all times. And this dude has a chip on his shoulder. He hasn't won a championship. He's played next to some of the all-time greats. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Paul George, Bradley Beal, and now going to be LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This guy is hungry. He's in his hometown. He has that stability of knowing his whereabouts and being ultimately comfortable. And he's playing next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Are you serious? You put these three guys together, and they're going to be unstoppable. Now, the Lakers go out. Rob Pelinka makes that trade, and the fans just give him so much shit. So much heat comes to this Lakers team. And what did he do for an encore? He went out and he signed snipers. He signed 4 guys that shot over 40% from the three-point line to bring balance to this team. He brings Dwight Howard back in to be that tough guy, that guy that's going to get in people's faces, that a guy like similar to PJ Tucker that's going to do the dirty work. He's going to get the boards. He's going to catch lobs. He's going to play immaculate defense. You have Marc Gasol, who's still on the team, who could stretch the floor as a 5, bring the other team's big guy out of the paint and let LeBron and Russell Westbrook operate in there and do his thing. This Lakers team looked absolutely stacked, and barring injury, I think they're going to absolutely steamroll all the other teams in the league, and it's not even close. And because of that, Lakers, you are the number one winners of NBA free agency. Max out.